Ana León Núñez, 18 years old, and a student here at Santa Catalina who has been doing a lot of thinking. This might be because of my philosophy class for obvious reasons, and it might also have to do with college apps and me procrastinating over my college apps by either watching all the romantic comedies there are on Netflix or by reflecting over my life. But the one question that has sort of taken over my life since I started the college application process was that question of, it's really, really scary, it's a question of what makes you different? What makes you you? More specifically, what makes you stand out from the millions of students applying to this institution? Please elaborate and make it 100 words. It's terrifying. And then after thinking a lot, I came to the realization that it was not the phrase that was scaring me. It was that it made me doubt myself. It made me ask myself a question that I had never asked before. Am I really worth it? Am I really that different? Am I valuable? Am I interesting? And so, as I was working on my college apps on a Sunday afternoon, I stopped because I got really frustrated. And I looked out the window and I asked myself, Ana León Núñez, what makes you who you are? And so today, I want to talk about one of the attributes that has shaped the way I see the world, and that what allows me to write college essays about myself that I am proud of, and what will continue to shape my character as I grow older. And that is my voice. I speak 2 languages, English and Spanish. I was born in Mexico City, moved to Acapulco, Guerrero, which is a city in the southern part of Mexico. And then I moved to Monterey, California when I was around 14 years old. My voice, your voice, his voice, her voice, their voices, that's what makes us all different. It's that human characteristic, what unites the world, what connects the world, and what creates positive and negative relationships. It is pretty amazing. And so there are around 7.6 billion people in the world. So it is very important to never forget what you are made of. Not, literally what you're made of, but emotionally, which is something I've struggled a lot with. And remember the phrase, what makes you different? Well, it is in the times that I have to face that question that I am so thankful that I never let my roots out of my life. And that was hard, because as I was growing up, I had this sort of inner battle between the person that I was and this other idea that I wanted to show. I remember when I was at Disneyland, I was very little, and only my father really spoke English, and so we would always just speak in Spanish. And I remember feeling out of place, feeling that I did not belong. And let me tell you, I'm a very, very proud Mexican, and all my family is from Mexico. They all grew up there, but it was that feeling of shame that didn't let me go beyond. And so I've gone over that moment in my mind a million times, and I thought to myself, becoming a person you're proud of, becoming that person you're proud of takes work. And becoming that person takes time. And it's a constant battle between your present and the past, between the things you learned yesterday and the things you learned today. And for me, that's my ultimate goal in life, to become someone I am proud of. And so, I do this all the time, and I always ask myself, Ana León, what makes you different? And that is my voice. My voice is who I am. My voice is my past, my friends, my present, and most importantly, my culture. I usually tell myself I'm a very proud immigrant, because not all immigrants have the privilege that I do, because of their color of their skin, because of the thickness of an accent, and because of their legal status. And so I'm presented with 2 options. I can either do something about it or nothing at all. And so I chose to do something. I've chosen to use my voice, to use my stories, to improve the world. If I have the privilege to do what I love, I also have the responsibility to change the world. And in order to change the world, in order to become someone I am proud of, I have to come to the realization that I have to embrace my culture. I have to embrace my past. I have to embrace my voice. I have to embrace who I am. And so to do so, I keep this picture in my room. That's my mom and I. We were in Juchitán, which is a really small town near the city of Oaxaca. That's where all my dad's family is from. And it's this really big party celebrating a specific family, and we would walk down the streets with an orchestra and just have a good time. And my great-grandma actually would make the dresses for us. She would ask me what color I wanted the flowers to be. And when I look back at this picture, I just remember the joy and the happiness of being there. And I look back at it, and I mean, it is a perfect example of my culture. You really can't get any more Mexican than that. So when I look at that picture, I remember my mom, and I think about my dad, my sister, my friends here at school, and how they are all part of my story, part of my voice. I make mistakes. Even as a senior who thinks she knows it all, I don't. And I fail, and I learn, and that's how I grow. So when I look back at this picture, and I look back at that girl who had no idea she would be here today, and who really has no idea what the future holds her, I am reminded of my culture and of how lucky I am. And I think about the question, about the terrifying question of what makes you different? And then I'm not afraid anymore. I know I won't hesitate to answer. And I really hope you won't either. Thank you.